Given that Marcus Rashford has been in such scintillating form in front of goal so far this season, Manchester United's underwhelming goal return has gone somewhat unpunished. The Reds have scored significantly less goals than the majority of their rivals, but they are still shining in every available competition. The Reds have scored just 41 goals in the Premier League so far this campaign, with only Newcastle inside the top 8 having scored fewer. In all competitions, only 16 United players have found the back of the net, with Rashford, who has registered 27, scoring the bulk of the club's 83 goals. The closest player to the England international when it comes to goals is Bruno Fernandes, who has managed 10 in his 44 appearances. With the Portuguese ace having also registered 12 assists, his goal return is more than respectable. However, the same cannot be said for some of his teammates. Antony, for example, has scored 7 times since arriving from Ajax in the summer, while Fred and Anthony Martial have both managed 6. In many ways, United are similar to rivals Manchester City in the sense that the majority of their goals come from one player. However, unlike Pep Guardiola's side, the Reds have struggled for contributions from their supporting stars. Phil Foden has scored 13 times this term, while Riyad Mahrez and Julian Alvarez are also into double figures. Ten Hag is under no illusions that his side need to find a way to ease the burden on Rashford, but the performances of his midfielders during the international break will give him hope that they can achieve that in the coming weeks. In the first batch of Euro 2024 qualifiers this week, Marcel Sabitzer and Scott McTominay both scored braces for their respective nations. United loanee Sabitzer scored a stunning free kick and smashed home from close range as Ralf Rangnick's Austria secured a 4-1 victory over Azerbaijan. The 29-year-old has impressed at Old Trafford since joining the club on loan from Bayern Munich in January. He has made 9 appearances for the Reds, and scored his first goal for the club in the FA Cup victory over Fulham last weekend. Sabitzer will be keen to add to his goal tally in his remaining few months at Old Trafford, and given he has registered more than 100 goals in his professional career, as well as 14 for his country, the midfielder will be confident about getting on the scoresheet more frequently. McTominay, meanwhile, scored as many goals in 6 minutes for Scotland on Saturday afternoon as he has all season for the Reds. The 26-year-old has fallen down the pecking order under Ten Hag following the summer arrivals of Casemiro and Christian Eriksen, making just 13 starts in all competitions this term. Despite this, he has still managed 32 appearances. The midfielder, who started the Euro 2024 qualifier on the bench, came on in the 67th minute and made it 2-0 to Scotland after scoring from close range in the 87th minute. The Scotsman grabbed his second of the clash with Cyprus in added time. While scoring has never been one of McTominay's main attributes, his second and third international goals show that the United man is capable of having an impact in front of goal. Despite the academy graduate having less opportunities than some teammates this term, it is still vital that he can contribute when he is on the pitch. Elsewhere, Casemiro got on the scoresheet for Brazil in his first match after being named the national team's new captain. The South American side ultimately lost 2-1 to Morocco on Saturday night, but the Reds midfielder, albeit somewhat fortunately, managed to score his 6th goal for his country. For the 31-year-old, his tally of 5 goals in 38 appearances for United is more than anyone truly expected. He was signed as very much a defensive midfielder, and having scored just 31 times for Real Madrid, he has shown a different side to his game since moving to Old Trafford. With Ten Hag's men potentially having 19 more games this season, 12 in the Premier League, 5 in the Europa League and 2 in the FA Cup, Rashford will still be under immense pressure to continue his impressive goal-scoring campaign. The 25-year-old will more than likely have a target he wants to reach, and should he meet that, the Reds will probably end the season with more than just the Carabao Cup. However, it will also be important that United's midfield players and wide men support Rashford. Casemiro, Sabitzer and McTominay have already shown this week that they are capable of finding the back of the net, and they must also chip in when they return to Manchester during the business end of the season. The Reds are almost certainly going to sign a new striker in the summer transfer window, but for now, they need to find goals from elsewhere. Rashford is doing an incredible job, but he is going to need help in the remaining few months.